This is the 1 week update. I'm honestly pretty impressed with this CryptoTab boost feature. On the 24th, I gave you guys the 3-day update, and it's been 7 days. If you saw that video, then you saw that I was doing fairly well. You know, it honestly, with just this measly, and I call it measly, it's not really, but 6700K Intel Core i7 processor, I am getting about 1,000 Satoshi every hour. And I still haven't quite figured out, I wish I could bring you that update, I still haven't quite figured out how to get the boost to run nonstop without me interacting with it. Working on that. Not sure about it. Don't really want to break the browser in order to do it, but the restriction's kind of annoying. Having to re-enable it every 3 hours. Now, you don't necessarily have to re-enable it. You can see I've got 51 minutes left here. You can just go in and do it whenever you want. Just update it. It's like, oh, it's been 2 hours, I'll update it. You don't have to wait till the end of 3 hours. You can do it whenever. But it's still just a little tad bit annoying having to deal with it every 3 hours at the least. But as you can see, I've got 1.3, or actually, let's see, 130,264 Satoshis. That's only after a week. That is according to the current translation between the value here at about 95.30 is the current price of Bitcoin in US dollars. That's about $12.50. So I spent $22 to buy the 10x boost for just one machine, which is the current price as far as I am aware. Let's see if they show here. One machine, yeah, so I'll take it up. $21.99. So it took me 1 week to make up half that cost. It's not bad, actually. That means if I do it for 4 weeks in a month, I will have made up double the price it cost me. And that was, obviously I can't update this this cloud boost. I can't keep turning it on every 3 hours, because I gotta sleep sometime. I haven't figured out how to sleep for only 3 hours. I guess I could keep waking myself up, but don't want to do that. So $12.50 in a week. That's not terrible. It's actually quite good. But I want to, in this announcement, in this video, announce that I've discovered that although the Core i7 6700K processor is not bad, there's one that can do quite a bit better. I asked my Discord group what they thought of this idea. I had a couple people run on their faster machines. I don't quite have a machine that fast, as I told you what I have. The AMD Ryzen machines are much, much better. So with I think it's called the Ryzen 9 3990, which is a pretty popular chip right now, can do 4 to 4.5, even 5 times as much as this processor can, and it's not that much more expensive than this one was. So some people are talking about, well, you have to consider power. I've been running the computer all day long anyways. May as well do something with it. So let's just pull up this trusty back of the napkin calculator. Let's say it was 4 times. So instead of 1,000 per hour, I'm getting 4,000 per hour, which, if you've noticed, I've gotten in a week. It's not quite a week, it's pretty close to a week though. $12.50 in a week. So what's 12.5 times 4? 50. $50 a week. 50. Yeah. That's not bad at all. Because in a month, that's $200. Just from running a computer on this feature. So heck, even by itself, I think it's running 16,000. This right now, you can see up here is this little number up here is running 19,000, barely more. than what I could run without the boost on a Ryzen 9 3900. And I've heard that the Ryzen Threadripper 64 core can do even more than that, like 22,000. But the price of that thing is like $4,000. I just don't want to spend that kind of money on a single processor. My price for the Ryzen 9 3900 was $400. That seems a little more reasonable. If I was getting a factor of 10 greater processing capability out of the Ryzen Threadripper, I would definitely get one. So the default, this 15,000, 16,000 rate that the Ryzen 9 does, times the 10x booster, yeah, a lot of power. I believe it's a 12-core, 24-thread processor. Very impressive. And if I could afford maybe like a server class, I'd probably try that, like a dual Xeon or a dual Ryzen or something. It's just too much money. Don't bother, unless you got money to spare. But then why are you doing this crypto thing? You just want the coin, fine, but there's other ways to get coin besides this. The intent here is to not spend too much money and get your money back. So right now, the CryptoTab boost thing, it seems like a pretty good deal. Like I said, I've been doing this for a little over a week. Technically, I've been doing it since the beginning of May, but it wasn't until recently that I discovered that you could do even more. So what I'm really trying to get at with this is you don't have to buy a Ryzen. I have a chart. I will put a link in the description that shows how much you can get out of each Ryzen. So there's a Ryzen 3, a Ryzen 5, a Ryzen 7, a Ryzen 9. And I had various people from my Discord group check all those different processors because certain people have different kinds of processors. One guy who has a Ryzen 5 3600, I think, was getting 5,000. I'm getting 4,000. Then I had a guy with a 7 3700, and he got about 9,000. That was without the boost. And then, of course, the guy that had the 3900 is getting 15, 16. I was like, okay, yeah, Ryzen 9 3900 is definitely for me. In any case, yeah, the boost is a good idea. I highly recommend it. But the furthermore is, if you're going to go crazy on this, and I'm still holding off, I'm not sure if I'm going to go on it, but if you want to go nuts with this, and you happen to have more than one machine, there are these other plans which make it cheaper to do more machines. So once I get the Ryzen, I'll have this machine, and I can still continue to do it at the rate I'm doing it, as you see above here. Right now it's only running at 20,000, but it can run as high as 40,000 when the boost is on. But when I'm recording, it's lower. So if you went with like 3 machines at 10x, or 5 machines at 10x rate, the price per machine goes down because it's a bulk rate. So 1 machine is costing me this. 3 machines is costing me just about $10 US more, ish. $20 US more. But instead of, it's 3 machines for the price of 2, basically. And then with the 5, it's 5 machines for the price of 3. Not bad. And they do have deals every now and then. Sometimes you can get the deal. It'll be cheaper that month. So I think the cheapest I've ever seen it was 60% off. That would have been amazing. So in any case, the whole point of this is to boost you, right? And it's cloud boost, and they don't expect you to be using it nonstop. And in fact, it's not really technically possible as far as I know. But it's still making me more than it's costing me. So I'm happy. And if you guys want to join my network, and we can do the same thing too, you can see the link in the description as well. And like I said, you don't have to run it nonstop. It'll run whenever it'll run when you're using it, run when you're not using it. As long as you just leave it on, you can close out all the tabs and just minimize it down to the bottom of the screen. And just keep it in the background. I do want to make one comment about this, that some people have mentioned I should check out NiceHash, and I have. I have NiceHash running, not running, but I have it installed on all these systems. But the problem with NiceHash is, and I'm not saying it's bad, is it actually does push the processor pretty hard, and there's not really a way to throttle it. So if you're going to do NiceHash, you're pretty much not going to use the computer at all, because it may just get too slow. But the nice thing about CryptoTab, like I said, I don't know what they're doing to make this work, but it's working. I can still use my computer. Obviously, it is a browser, and so you want to be able to continue to use it while it's mining in the background. Of course, the capabilities will go up if you're not doing anything on it at that very moment, but whatever they're doing, it is more effective than NiceHash is. Now, NiceHash will take the difficulty out of understanding what other kinds of coins you can mine. But it will take advantage of both your CPU and your GPU. So if your GPU is really powerful, it might be more helpful. All I can say is I've done a lot better with CryptoTabs and their boost feature than I ever did with NiceHash. So I hope CryptoTab continues the boost concept. I know some people have complained they don't have the boost. If you don't have it, sign up your phone with the same account you sign up your local system, and then you'll see the boost. So that's the trick. And I'll make a comment about that in the description as well. If you don't have the boost, this little button up here, just make sure you sign up with your browser on your phone or any mobile device, a tablet or something, and then it gives you that feature.